Cocaine Bear.
I love that
I
movie.
fucking loved it. Oh my god, Cocaine Bear was
Such a
so good. Zach, I watched it the
Yeah.
same day you told me.
Yeah.
I had so much fun for the first time in a very long time. I watched the movie and I was actually laughing out loud. It was
See,
hilarious.
that's how you do an R-rated
It
comedy.
was,
today.
it was funny.
Yeah.
Like there was this like Southern Texan woman.
The concept of that movie
Yeah.
is what sold it. It's like Cocaine Bear.
It's a very engaging title.
Yeah.
People love bears.
Mhm. People love cocaine.
Yeah, right?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cinema Flow podcast. I'm your host, Zack, and today I am joined by a very special guest, Mr. Farhan Hussain. You may have seen Farhan act in the short film he and I made a while back called The Candy Cane Spiral, which is somehow still the most well-received and successful movie I've made. I'm very honored to be sitting with Farhan in the house that we filmed Candy Cane Spiral in 5 years ago. He is also the first in-person guest I've ever had on the Cinema Flow podcast. Thank you for joining me, Farhan, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, like you said, this house has so much history. We filmed our first movie over here, and it's always such a pleasure to see you again. Fun fact, we actually sat next to each other in the last year of school as well. So me and Zach go a while back as well. Yeah, I'm really excited to do this.
Yeah, man. Just to clarify for the audience, you're not an actor.
I'm not an actor. In fact, if you see his YouTube channel where we did the first movie and it got pretty well, it got quite a lot of views. You kind of judge my acting ability to be subpar. But hey, we got the views and it was the first film that we did together. It was the first project that I did together. And it was really, really exciting. So yeah.
Yeah, you worked your ass off on that movie and you were very funny in it.
I loved it. I mean, I remember we were going back and forth with the script. You had a few iterations over there, but eventually what came out of it was just it's nice. It's a passion project. It was my first experience doing that, and hey, I always love the movies, and that's why we're sitting here today.
Yes, and you were paid with pizza and Nerf guns.
Nerf guns, yes, I was. I think it was one of the best payments I've received for any sort of job that I have done. If you get paid in pizza. Nerf guns lasted quite a long time. I used to have these little fights with my friends. But yeah, it's just a bunch of good memories that we have in this house overall.
Definitely. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Right. So my name is Farhan. Like Zach said, I think it was a great introduction. But I have a marketing firm over here. So I'm a business student. I've got my own company, and I've been living in Dubai my entire life. In fact, all my friends come down over here, but I'm the one constant that I think has remained since school. In terms of movies and why I'm on this podcast, if you ask me, I really don't know. But hey, I'm just trying to be relatable. I'm a normal guy. I like watching movies, and Zach's one of my best friends. So when he asked me to come on this, I was more than happy to.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to have you on for a while, and I think that in this podcast, we will give the audience the point of view of an audience member. Because I think that in my film school, a lot of people, a lot of my classmates aren't very in touch with what general audiences want. I noticed that a lot of people were making very artistic movies for very niche audiences, which is great, nothing wrong with that. But I think that for me, I like to make movies for general audiences because those are the people I grew up with, like you.
See, the thing is, right, it's funny you mentioned that, right? Because obviously you've got the film enthusiasts and people who really love watching movies will go down to the cinema and watch movies. But where I'm coming from, unless it's something that I've seen pop up on social media or something that really catches my eye, like if Leonardo DiCaprio is in a movie, or if Jason Statham or Vin Diesel is making a movie, like the great Fast and Furious franchise that we were going on about before this, like the big celebrities, unless they're in the movies, I wouldn't really go down to watch a movie. So I'd say that I resonate with like the normal generic audience, but growing up, I always watched a lot of films. I had a VHS player, I had a CD player, so I'd get all of them in Blu-ray, and I'd sit down with popcorn, and we would go down to the cinemas quite often as well. I don't think that's really a trend these days. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that, if you just look at the statistics, since the dawn of cinema, this is the point in history where the least number of people go to the movies
Go to the
regularly.
movies.
By far.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like even the Oscars have been consistently drawing less and less viewership over the years, right? I mean, this was like one of the lowest viewing Oscars that was recorded in history.
Definitely, yeah. Well, this was the second least.
Second least, yeah.
Well, behind the COVID one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why did we all watch the Oscars recently? Because Will Smith got slapped, right? That was a big draw, right?
Well, people didn't watch it; they watched the clip online.
They watched the clip online, and that's an interesting thing you said. Online's where you've got the convenience of sitting in your house and watching any sort of movie. Hey, you could sit at home, turn on Netflix, and you could be doing 10 other things, but you're gonna be seeing a movie, and when you sit down with your friends, you could tell them that you watched the movie, right?
Well, part of me wonders, do our generation go to the movies less because we're older now and we're working and we don't have as much time as we did in high school, or is it that people in high school and middle school also don't go to the movies that much? I mean, you have a sister, right?
I do, yeah.
How old is she?
She's 18.
Okay.
And
what is her movie activity like?
So she's a pretty big I'm an Indian, right? So we love our Bollywood movies, and she will drag the whole family down to go watch a Bollywood movie if it's of her choice. And she's very, very into that whole thing. But I would say majority of the time she gets her knowledge or her movie entertainment or her watching cinema. It's all done on Netflix, or it's done on Disney Plus or Amazon Prime, or if it, some of the short films on YouTube and stuff. No one's really the trend of people going down to the movies has decreased. It's just a lot more convenient to sit at home and watch it, however, I'd also like to say that the movies that are coming out now versus the movies that were back then when we were kids, Zach, what do you think has changed over there? Because hot take over here, I just think there's less impactful movies coming out that really draws crowds to go and sit in a cinema and dedicate 3 hours of your day or 2 hours of your day to watch the movie. When we were kids, that wasn't really that big of a deal. We'd love to go, every Thursday. You and I sat next to each other Thursdays, because we live in Dubai. The weekend used to be in Thursdays here. We would go down to the cinema right after school, make sure we see the movie every Thursday. We just don't do that anymore, and it's not because we're working. But what do you think is the factor?
Well, it's interesting because I think that when you look at the 2010s, we lived in a world where the big blockbusters and sequels could exist alongside the original movies, and the comedies and the dramas and the Oscar movies. Those could both be successful. If you look at like 2015, right in the middle of the decade, we had movies like The Revenant and The Martian, which were both big money makers, big blockbusters, and both original movies. I mean, based on books, but they're not sequels, and they were Oscar movies. And at the same time, you had movies in the same year like Star Wars: The Force Awakens and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Great movie.
Yeah,
great
so
movie.
Everybody could exist with each other peacefully. Now you look at it, and there has not been a big budget original film in theaters since COVID that has made a profit. Not a big budget one. You've had a lot of good horror movies have come out since COVID that have made good money, like Megan and Barbarian. But if you look at like the Oscar movies last year, I mean, actually, a few of them made money, but they're mostly independent films. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once made a lot of money. But you don't see big original movies like The Revenant or even any big comedies anymore. So what's interesting is that like a few months ago, there were like, I think in March, there were like 5 big sequels in a row. There were like Scream 6, Shazam 2, Creed 3, and Fast X, like all in a row. And I remember asking one of my friends to go to the movies with me, and I showed him all the stuff that's available. And he was like, well, I haven't seen the most recent Scream. I haven't seen the first Shazam. I didn't see F9.
Creed 2 or
I
anything.
didn't see Creed 2. So like, I'm not going to understand what's going on. So part of me is thinking like, why does Hollywood keep making all these sequels if people have just gotten out of the loop and now nobody can keep up with every franchise?
Now, I'm a marketing professional, right? I've been in the field for quite some time now. Megan had a huge virality around it. So there's this, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a scene where she does this weird sort of dance.
Yes.
Funny enough, I've never watched Megan. Right?
I did, and it's like 20 seconds in the movie, but it was in the trailer.
Exactly. And that caught people's attention because it was catchy. People did it. There was some acrobatics in that. You never know what clicks, but it was a hit with marketing. I don't know what the marketing team did, but people went to the cinema to watch it just because of that one clip. Again, horror movies these days, I guess, are doing slightly better than comedies.
Definitely a lot better. I would say horror is the genre that is doing the best.
They're doing the best,
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, Megan, crazy marketing behind it. So I think it's all about marketing these days. I think Marvel's done a great job with its marketing because they always have that in check. They release these teasers and these trailers well beforehand that really draws people to the cinemas.
They also have like $100 million to spend.
Yeah, they do. They do.
No,
Yeah.
literally. Like
Yeah.
that's how much.
Hey, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really appreciate Marvel movies. And you could attack me for all I want. I don't really like the Marvel movies. I think the Marvel movies that I grew up watching, Spider-Man, that's it. Spider-Man, right? I think those were the nice ones. But marketing plays a huge role, Zach, in this, why people aren't going to the cinemas anymore. I think it has a lot to do with franchises, like you said. They're just pumping these franchises out without knowing who their audience is.
Well, I think that with, cinemas versus streaming, I'm okay with streaming if it's a situation where people like your sister are sitting the family down in front of the TV and popping on the film to pay attention to it and actually invest themselves in the story. But we were talking before the podcast about how people watch movies on TikTok.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, guys. I know you're gonna resonate with me heavy on this one. I had to introduce my dear friend Zack to cinema TikTok. All right. Cinema TikTok. That's what it's called. So basically, as we all know, some of you guys open up TikTok and you come across a video where you've got American Psycho, we've got Wolf of Wall Street. These are the two most popular ones, Zach, by the way. And you've got the Disney movies like Cars or planes, right? Now they will show the movie in a vertical format. TikTok's a vertical format. Now, obviously, since they can't show the movie cut out because you can't cut a horizontal to a vertical and make it still look nice. To gain viewer retention, they will put a Subway Surfer gameplay at the bottom, or like a temple run, or this car jumping through hoops,
or like they're making an iPhone,
a DIY or something. Zach, what's your take about them just butchering movies on TikTok?
I don't need to give you my opinion because it's illegal. It's literally illegal. You're pirating a movie. And
okay, all right, just putting that aside, Zach, honestly tell me, all right? So
it's sacrilegious.
It is, but I guarantee you that if there is a hot trend, I was just mentioning to him before the podcast where Wolf of Wall Street, it's one of our favorite movies together, me and him. There's a scene where Margot Robbie's yelling at Leo because I think he slept with
Venice.
Venice, yeah. And she's like, "Who's Venice?" And there has been a spike in the amount of people watching Wolf of Wall Street on Netflix just because of that one trend. And I did a case study on this. Because Margot Robbie's dialogue went viral on TikTok, people bothered to watch Wolf of Wall Street more just for that one scene. Now that's crazy. Now what do you think about it?
Sure. If I made a movie and then someone watches a clip of it on TikTok and that makes them go watch it on Netflix, that's fine with me. Just don't watch the whole
thing. I know that it's crazy, but hey, this is the world we live in. The kids these days have got attention spans of like what, 10 seconds or less than 10 seconds, right? You've got to captivate them with something. So these guys thought it'd be a good idea to do a DIY right underneath one of the best films to ever hit the screens, Wolf of Wall Street. It's just crazy.
Yeah. No, I hope all kids don't have attention spans like that. Like I took my little cousin who's 11 years old to watch Avatar: The Way of Water, which is a big 3-hour and 15-minute epic.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, and she loved it. She thought it was amazing. Yeah. So I think the kids, I don't know. I mean, maybe their attention spans would be okay if they're like in a theater and they can't use their phone. But don't watch movies on TikTok.
Yeah, you know what? I think the whole point of this is can you optimize your marketing strategy
Right.
To market a film to encourage people to go watch that film without just absolutely risking people twisting the film around, making stupid trends out of it, putting it up on TikTok, putting it up on Facebook. I don't think so. I think the way that trends are helping movies these days is really beneficial, but it really sucks out the artistic creativity that the director would have liked to have. Like, I'm pretty sure Scorsese did not mean for Margot Robbie's dialogue to be a TikTok audio for millions of people to use, but hey, that's what it is.
Well, I mean, from my perspective, I think I can speak for most directors when they say we don't care how the studio markets the movie. As long as you get butts and seats or clicks on Netflix, that's all we care about. Once you get them to us, we will entertain them with the movie. So I don't know. I mean, for me, like, I don't want to be involved with most of the marketing for any of my movies in the future. I know how to do it in the classic. I know how to contribute in the classic way, where directors go on podcasts and talk shows and promote the movie. Like, in the future, I will be fully committed to that and do as many interviews as I can possibly do. But in terms of the actual marketing, I think studios need to hire young people like you who understand the landscape today and know how to get to these young kids.
It wasn't like this back when we were growing up because, hey, there was no social media to begin with, right? There was barely anything.
Yeah.
It was like, Zach, did you watch Ted 2? No, I'm gonna check it out. Let's go watch it this weekend. That's how it used to be.
Yeah, it was like word of mouth.
Word of mouth, yeah. Or like Zach, there's a titty in Wolf of Wall Street. You gotta check it out.
There's a number of titties.
I think it has the most amount of
F words.
F words, right?
Yes, it has 562 F words. It has the Guinness record for a mainstream feature film.
That is crazy.
There's one documentary called Fuck that has more F words than Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
but it's like a direct to DVD, like nothing movie. So Wolf of Wall Street holds the record.
That's crazy. I watched Wolf of Wall Street. It's a bit of an expose here, but I watched it hoping that there was a titty in there because that's what I heard.
You got your money's worth.
Because I mean, how am I gonna understand how the stock market functions when I'm a kid, right?
Hey, no. I was 13. I was hyping that. We were both 13.
We were,
hyping up that movie to you and
everyone.
I had the book in school way before.
Yeah, you had the poster in your locker. Yeah,
I had the poster. I basically prayed to God when that movie was coming out that it would be rated 15 plus in Dubai. Because for those in America who don't understand, in America, rated R means that you can go with your parent. If you're under 17, your parent can take you to see the movie.
Just a quick side note, isn't that kind of awkward? Why?
No, it's not. I did it like since I was fucking 10 years old. Like
you watching a sex scene with your parents?
Yes, I watched Ted with my grandma.
No.
Yes.
Well,
it's fine.
Hey, that's just white privilege right there. We can't do that as brown kids. Sex scene comes on, you look the other way. You pretend like you have no idea what's going on. You've never seen anything like this in your life before.
Yeah, well, I had a couple moments of covered your eyes or something, like.
Oh, my mom, like straight up, like if people are making out on the screen, my mom looks at me. She looks at me and she's like, Farhan, I swear to God, if you're gonna look at this, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hot in here. I'm gonna go check out the AC. What's the temperature at? But yeah, that's just how it is. But yeah, you were saying.
I watched Sausage Party with my dad in theaters.
I watched Sausage Party in TikTok. Beat that.
I did beat that. Opening day, full crowd.
I watched Sausage Party on 149 parts on TikTok.
You're breaking my heart. It's literally on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, point is with the rating. So, and this is the thing I disliked the most about living in Dubai as a kid, is that here we don't have rated R. You cannot go with your parent. It's 15 plus or 18 plus, meaning it's basically like NC-17 in America. NC-17 is a very, very rare rating. They only use it like once a year if a movie really has graphic things in it. And it means you're under 17, you're not allowed to go in. That's what we have in Dubai. At 15 plus means if you are 14 years and 364 days old, and even if your dad is willing to go with you to the theater, it's a no. They have guards at the door. So back when I was like a kid, when I was like 12, I kind of started figuring out how to sneak into the movies here.
Over here?
Yes.
Oh, that would be strict.
So no, but I figured my ways out, and I don't want to say how because I don't want to.
Wait. I assure you, kids these days, they don't sneak in because
they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
But listen, so when I was 12, that's when I started figuring out how to get into the 50.
What was the first movie you snuck into?
So it's not sneak in. I had my way, and I'll tell you off camera how I did it.
Yeah.
But Silver Linings Playbook was my first 15 plus movie in Dubai. I had already seen R-rated movies in America. But here, the first one was Silver Linings Playbook.
And you were 13 years old.
I was 12.
You were 12.
I was 12.
Okay.
And it was one of the greatest movie experiences of my life, and it's still one of my favorite movies. So the next year, the next Oscar season, when Wolf of Wall Street was coming out, I prayed. I'm not joking. I actually prayed to God.
Yeah.
Please, let Wolf of Wall Street be 15 plus, not 18 plus.
Right.
Every day I would check the Real Cinemas app, which is the big cinema chain here,
right,
to see what the rating was. And then a week before it comes out,
bam,
15 plus.
That's crazy.
And they cut 45 minutes of the movie out of it.
It was one of the most amount of cuts. Sorry, I'm not phrasing this right, but they cut so much out of that movie that it came in the news, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it was in the news. You see on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
It's on the Wikipedia page right now.
I mean, the UA, kind of this region does that.
Well, they for me, it's blasphemous.
It's horrible. 40 minutes.
It's horrible. And if I was Martin Scorsese, I'd be like, don't release the movie at all. If you're going to cut 45. But this is not the Irishman days. Like his most recent movie, The Irishman, was on Netflix right after it was in theaters for it was in theaters for like a month, then Netflix. So I would have loved that back then. I'd rather see the movie on streaming fully uncut. But at the time, I was just like, I gotta see it. I'd been anticipating it so much.
Because Zach, sorry to cut you off, but the one way that you could have seen Wolf of Wall Street in the short amount of time that it gets released is in the cinemas. You want to be one of the first people to watch it because you've anticipated the movie for so long. Yeah. You know that you're not going to be able to watch it online with the same sort of visuals and the cinema.
The pirating is awful. I don't like pirating. It's just, it looks disgusting. It's like
you wouldn't steal a bag. You wouldn't steal a gun. You don't know that?
No, what is that?
You never saw the infomercials? Okay, so DVD players had this infomercial before.
Oh,
on the Blu-rays, they would be like, you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal a car.
I remember this. It had that like creepy music.
Yeah, super dodgy, but most vivid commercial ever.
I'm very anti-pirating. I mean, I think in this day and age where every movie's on a streaming service, like just find out a streaming service.
So you don't like F movies?
What are F movies?
Okay. All right.
Oh, is this
no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all right. You guys know what I'm talking about.
No. But yeah, man, rating system here is horrible. And wait, what was your first R-rated movie or first 18 plus whatever? Like
okay, so this is gonna be kind of lame, but I was around 14, 15 years old when I really wanted to watch Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, you were 16 when it
16,
came out.
around about, but Deadpool was 18 plus, strictly just 18 plus.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to watch it. So I had my ways of sneaking in, but it none of them worked, so I could speak about it.
Yeah.
I used to I had a very light stubble that used to grow on me when I was 16. Yeah. If I shaved hard enough. So in anticipation for the movie releasing next month, I shaved the month before so I could grow out enough of a stubble to maybe pass off as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
But you're right, they're so strict over here that I got stopped at the thing. They checked my ID and I wasn't allowed to go in.
Yeah.
But Deadpool, one of my favorite movies of all time as well. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch it. I did illegally stream it, though. That's the conclusion of that story.
You should have had a fake ID.
Well, it's annoying. You're right. It's definitely annoying how Dubai treats like movies. I think just be a little more lenient.
No, I mean, like even recently Babylon, which was one of my favorite movies of last year.
Yeah.
I went to see it. They cut like 30 minutes out of it, maybe.
What was that movie? Was it Lightyear?
They just banned it right
They just banned it, you know.
Well, the thing is that
Yeah.
I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure that they would have appealed for them to censor it, and then the filmmakers were probably like, "No, we don't want to censor it."
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, I respect it.
They stood their ground.
Yeah.
They stood their ground because there wasn't anything. I mean, okay, fine, it goes against cultural values or whatever it is you're trying to protect over here. I like that. I like that. They appealed and they said no. They didn't appeal maybe, and they said no, and we're gonna hold on to it. We're not gonna cut that part from the movie. That's nice. What I want to pivot. I keep saying pivot. What I want to talk about next is how directors keep their general audiences in mind more back then than they do now. What's your take on that?
It's not that they do more, that they used to do it more. I think it's just that a lot of people I saw, at least in my film school, I don't want to speak for most of them, but to be honest, ours is actually less artsy than some of the other ones, like NYU. But I just think that from what I saw, like basically in my senior year, I would go to the senior thesis screenings every week just because I wanted to see what everybody else was coming up with.
Right.
And there were a lot of great films in there. A lot of great films. A couple of the directors from my class I actually had on my podcast, and I thought they did really great films.
Yeah.
But most of the ones I saw, I don't feel that there is a reach or a desire for people to bridge the gap between big blockbusters and super niche indie art house films. Because that's how it used to be. Back in the 90s, there was a correlation between the movies that would win Oscars and the movies that did really well at the box office.
Good point there. Yeah.
You used to look at like Forrest Gump or The Godfather or Titanic or Lord of the Rings. Like there was the super well acclaimed films were also big blockbusters. Now that's not the case.
If you open up the top 10 right now, you're not gonna see, like, okay, we all know that Avengers did really, really well, right? Avengers did well. Is Avengers Oscar worthy?
Not in my opinion. No. I'd say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is.
I think it's up there, isn't it?
Well, is it up there? For sure. I mean, what do you mean?
Blockbuster wise,
it's the second highest grossing film of this year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not going to get any Oscars, but
I get what you mean. Basically, like the ones that were loved by the public, which the only way we can really measure that in an accurate way is by money, right? So how much money the film got. You correct point. Titanic, Lord of the Rings, all these movies did so well at the box office, and they won awards.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at since Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, I'm pretty sure that there has not been a Best Picture winner in the top 10 highest grossing films of the year since 2003, since Lord of the Rings. There have been nominees like Joker or Black Panther.
Joker was good.
Or Dunkirk.
Joker was good.
But not a winner.
Yeah.
Definitely not a winner.
Yeah. No,
you know, I think that when you look at something like the Mario movie and Barbie, I think what audiences are craving right now are
nostalgia,
like new franchises.
New
nostalgia, but also like there's never been a theatrical big budget Barbie movie. There's never been a good theatrical Mario movie. They did like a live action one in the 90s that was shit, but like never an animated one that looked like the video game. So, I mean, you know, audiences is one thing. They want original movies. They say like Hollywood's out of ideas. No, they're not. They have plenty of good ideas. Just that no one watches them.
Hey, since you but yeah, but you know, that's why when a good idea comes around, you've got people just absolutely being mesmerized by the Oppenheimer. Okay, Oppenheimer is not a new idea.
No,
it's a biopic. He's the guy who created the atomic bomb. He's taken a biopic and he's built, I don't know what he's done, right? The marketing was on point. The actors, we're talking about some of the best actors in the world. I don't know if you've watched the TV show Peaky Blinders.
No, but I'm familiar with it, and I know Cillian Murphy is a famous actor.
Zack,
I want to see it.
He's such a fine actor.
Yeah, I love him. He's been in so many good movies, like 28 Days Later.
I don't know if you in the Christopher Nolan Batman.
He's been in all of those.
Yeah, he's been in every single one of those.
Yeah.
Apparently, Christopher Nolan has to cast him for every single one of the movies he makes, just as a good luck sort of thing.
He doesn't have to, but he chooses.
Okay, maybe it's a Twitter thing I saw. Well, don't believe everything you see on Twitter. But yeah,
it's like the same way Sam Jackson is in most of Tarantino's movies. They work well together.
Yeah, that's such a the actors we grew up with. Zach, I'm just gonna ask you a question here. Do you think there are actors that could parallel that sort of fandom, that sort of that pull to the cinema from the new age actors that are coming up today? Like, I'm just gonna give you an example here. We've who's the guy Zendaya's dating?
Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an example here. Tom Holland. Do you think they have the same sort of draw as someone like, let's say, DiCaprio?
No, I think that of the young actors, the women are much better than the men.
Oh, I agree. Oh, I agree.
I think we look at like an actress like Aubrey Plaza. Very underrated in my opinion. She's done some really great,
very attractive, by the way.
Very attractive, has done some really great independent movies. My favorite film of last year was Emily the Criminal, and she produced that and starred in it. I thought she should have won the Oscar for it. I think she has a lot of range. She's very funny on like Parks and Rec, but she has many different dimensions to her. And she did another film called Ingrid Goes West, which I think is phenomenal.
You're right on that. There's a lot of talented actresses really taking up on the scene. Men not so much.
Men not so much. I think that another woman, Geraldine Viswanathan, she's Australian, half Indian, half white. She did a film called Blockers, which is an R-rated comedy. She's hilarious in it. And then she did a film on Apple TV Plus called Hala, which was a drama, completely different, but she's so much range and so much, I don't want to say potential, but like potential to be a famous superstar. Right. She's already a great actress, but she has
superstardom. That's so true. In Bollywood, we do have a lot of young talent that are attaining the same level of fandom as some of the older celebrities. Shah Rukh Khan, for example, there's a lot of people that can rival him or even beat him at the box office. I don't really see that happening in Hollywood as much, where you've got young talent able to draw public attention the same way. If you DiCaprio is a pretty cliche answer.
No, but let me hit you with this. It's like one of my favorite actresses, Margot Robbie. She's fairly young, right? She's in her 30s. She's in her 30s, and she made two amazing films last year, Amsterdam and Babylon, both of which bombed completely at the box office. And in both of those films, Babylon co-starring alongside Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Amsterdam, she was co-starring alongside Christian Bale. It was, both of them were amazing films, in my opinion.
That's a really good dynamic as well. Like, how many even missed that?
Both bombed at the box office. Both came out here. You didn't hear about them because, they didn't.
Marketing was shit. Marketing was trash.
They did
because they could not put Subway surfers underneath her trailer on TikTok. That's the reason, guys. You want to know why you're not hearing about some movies? Because on your TikTok For You page, it cannot fit underneath a Temple Run screen.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said for both movies that the marketing was shit. In my opinion, it's like, I don't know, like the trailers were good, and then they went on the talk shows and did the rounds. They did the normal level of marketing. I mean, I don't feel like it was that bad. I mean, maybe they could. I'm not a marketing expert, so don't.
She didn't do anything scandalous. She didn't do.
Okay, but she went on Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. She did all the things that usually do.
Yeah, but did she do a TikTok dance? Or
no,
talking
she did
about
not do viral? A TikTok dance for actually Babylon does have a dancing scene where she dances, so maybe they should have done that.
Maybe they should have missed opportunity there.
Yeah,
but she might have thought that her movie is artistic enough, and she was in love with how
good enough
it's good enough to be appreciated by the audience just for the quality of the film.
Which 10 years ago, I think that would have been enough.
I absolutely agree with you, but we live in 2023, and I'm sorry, but Megan's weird fucking dance that she did became a TikTok trend, and that's why that movie is popular.
Yeah, I like Megan, but I like these.
She's kind of creepy, eh?
She's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But point is, I think that the young actors today, even if they're amazing, like Margot Robbie, phenomenal, I don't think that is enough to sell a movie in theaters. Even DiCaprio, frankly, we've not tested him. He post-COVID, he's done Don't Look Up, which is an amazing film, which I love.
Loved it.
Adam McKay, great director.
Loved it.
But that
I
was
love Jonah Hill in that.
Yeah, Jonah Hill's hilarious.
Jonah Hill is just such a he's got range. Now he's someone that's got range.
He does have
all right.
range.
One of my favorite movies by Jonah Hill is the one. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name, but they go to Iraq for the weapons.
War Dogs.
War Dogs.
From Todd Phillips.
Love it. Love that movie. So good.
Yeah.
All right. He always plays like the dick really well.
Yeah. And, that's the director of Hangover.
Really? Okay, that's why I liked it. Yeah.
He also did Joker.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, the director's got range as well.
Yes.
By the way, Joker 2 is coming out.
Yeah, finally I do. I'm very excited for.
I'm interested in that.
It's like next year, so it's a while.
But you know why I know about that film?
Why?
Because they're on TikTok. I know I keep referencing TikTok here, but hey, that's where 90% of the people that are listening to this also get their information
You
from.
should put this podcast as like 1 million clips on TikTok.
Dude, I could probably 100 part 1, part 2, part 3. And what's a game that you like playing on your phone?
I don't really play games on my phone.
Angry Birds?
I used to play.
Let's do Angry Birds. All right. So guys, on my TikTok, I'm gonna make sure I put this podcast and then Angry Birds at the bottom.
Okay.
Or it's gonna be the Angry Birds talking as us.
You can do that
would be funny, right? No, but that's just how you get people's attention these days.
Do a bunch of games. Do like Doodle Jump.
Doodle Jump, yeah. Or Cut the Rope. Oh, I used to love Cut the Rope. Do you know that?
I don't know Cut the Rope.
Okay.
Do you ever wish you were born in an earlier decade?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
I do. Just because what's going on right now is a bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of miss when you could say the R-rated jokes, and you can watch the R-rated movies, and you can watch them without the whole fear of the movie being cancelled.
I see what you mean.
Do you think that some of the jokes that were made in some of the earlier Hangover movies could be made today without having some sort of a public outcry?
I think that the directors who made those movies with their common sense would know certain jokes. Like in one of my favorite movies, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, there's a joke where Seth Rogen and Paul Rudd are playing video games, and they keep going at like roasting each other, saying, "You know how I know you're gay?"
Oh my god, I've seen it. I've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. Right, Paul Rudd's in it. Okay, that's how you know it.
That's one of my favorite directors, Judd Apatow.
And they smoke a bunch of weed. I know it. Yeah. I've seen this before.
Yeah. And Chris Wallace was interviewing him on CNN, and he played that clip for Judd Apatow, and he was like, "So, would you do that today?" And Judd was like, "Well, of course not, because
exactly,
because this is 2023 and this was 2005."
Exactly. There's nothing wrong, right? People are more educated. People are a little bit more sentimental and stuff. That's fine.
It's okay. No one. I don't think kids.
I just personally miss the old days. I want to watch that shit again for the first time. I want more of it to happen.
Well, all those movies are fun, but I think if you look at there haven't been a lot of great R-rated comedies in the last few years.
To Zack, if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna say it's almost none.
It's almost none. But if you look at like Borat 2,
ooh,
that's a movie that was so funny, and it got away with some really edgy humor. It kind of kept the line.
It did keep the line. Did keep the line. He tried to be as edgy as you could in 2020.
Yeah,
as edgy as you could.
So I think that there is still a way to do it. I think in his case, he was making a very political movie that was very anti-Trump. Yeah, it's like, go vote or I will be executed. And fun fact, at the end of that movie, when he basically says, go vote, that's the day I went to vote.
Really?
Because I watched Borat 2. I was like, I guess I'm going to go vote because of Borat.
And they say that R-rated movies can encourage the youth.
This one encouraged me.
Or just positively benefit the youth.
Yeah, so Borat, you got one vote from me.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's an issue to make a good R-rated comedy today. I think you can do it and not be canceled. I think that's definitely possible. I think that the writers, and I've talked to a lot of writers, not necessarily professionals, but I was a screenwriting major in my school. So I've talked to a lot of up and coming writers. They all feel very, not all, I don't want to speak for everybody, but a lot of the white people feel very nervous about writing comedies because they don't want to offend people. They're scared of what would happen.
Okay.
But I don't think that much would happen. I think you can write an R-rated comedy.
At the end of the day, a movie is a movie. Yeah, there's a bunch of movies that get canceled out there, but they just didn't execute.
What movies got canceled? What movies got canceled? Dave Chappelle got canceled. A lot of stand-up comedians got canceled. What movie got canceled?
No, I could let me.
None of them.
Come on, there's got to be movies
that got things got canceled like 10 years later, like Tropic Thunder, but not when they came out.
No, when they came out.
When's the last R-rated comedy movie that got canceled?
But people are scared to make those.
They're scared to make them. Yes, I agree. They're scared of the potential of what would happen.
Exactly.
But not that much.
Seth Rogen says this all the time. He goes on so many podcasts and he's like, I don't think I can make those movies again because it's just not. Not going to be well appreciated.
He doesn't say that. I haven't seen him say that. I watch his interviews. I think some people like Todd Phillips say that. Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover, said when Joker came out, he was like, why are you making Joker now? He's like, well, if you can't make a comedy these days, because they're going to cancel you.
I mean, Seth Rogen's jokes are mostly, he has a lot of Jewish jokes, but he cracks them like on himself or his like best friend.
If I made an Arab joke, I don't think people would get offended.
No, because you're Arab, you're right,
exactly.
That's how
with Seth, I mean, maybe the most offensive thing you can look at in retrospect, and again, not to me, but maybe to other people, is like The Interview has a couple like where James Franco's being kind of racist to the Asian, but it's because he's an idiot. Like the joke is at his expense.
Exactly,
it's not at the Asian expense.
But it was executed. It was
executed very
well.
I don't think there's room for nuance with a lot of people today, but for me, I'm going to be making R-rated comedies in the future.
Well, God willing. Give a fuck.
No, I don't want to make money. So my way of going about it is don't touch race and don't touch religion and don't touch politics. You know
what?
That's my attitude.
I agree.
Is like
Cocaine Bear.
I love that
movie. I fucking loved it. Oh my god, Cocaine Bear was so good. Zach, I watched it the same day you told me.
Yeah.
I had so much fun for the first time in a very long time. I watched the movie and I was actually laughing out loud. It was hilarious.
See, that's how you do an R-rated comedy.
It was funny. Like there was this like Southern Texan woman in there, right? The park keeper.
Yeah, Margot.
Yeah. And she was just being hilarious. She's like, I was trying to kill the bear.
You know what?
With the revolver.
I love Cocaine Bear. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
The one thing I wish they did was a little bit less of the drug dealers, a little bit more of the kids.
I did feel that as well.
I like the kids. I wanted it to be about that little blonde boy going to get his girl. I wanted it to be like he's on a mission.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Like the guy, the black actor in that movie. I think they just kept it so limited to just him being a drug dealer. He could have done a lot more. Like his character had range.
Are you talking about the cop or the
No, the drug dealer.
So that's Ice Cube's son.
No way.
Yeah, that was Ice Cube's son. O'Shea Jackson Jr. He's a good actor. He was in Ingrid Goes West.
Dude, he did well.
He was in Straight Outta Compton.
I like the cop. The cop was hilarious.
Yeah, the cop was hilarious. He's like, oh shit.
Him and his dog. Him and his dog it was so cute.
I also really liked Kerry Russell, the mom, in her like pink outfit. It was
fun.
And Jesse Tyler Ferguson had a small role. He was the one in the tree who got his leg bit off. He was in a bunch of makeup.
Right.
Yeah,
no, great movie.
See, that's how you do an R-rated comedy.
And it was funny. It was funny. There was just blood in it. And I think it just barely took any money to make as well. I mean,
and there weren't any big name.
It was nothing. They were just all in the forest.
The marketing was basically the concept,
which is
probably. I think we found a solution to everything we've been discussing, because it's like the concept of that movie is what sold it. It's like Cocaine Bear.
It's a very engaging title.
Yeah.
People love bears.
Mm-hmm. People love cocaine.
Yeah, right. So I don't know what it was, but there are times where a movie comes around like this and people just really fuck with it.
Yeah.
Marketing was on point. The movie wasn't too much to make, so it did make a profit. The actors were cast brilliantly. Yes. The roles were really well designed. And it was R-rated, so the jokes were funny and it played on stereotypes really well as well.
Yeah.
It was funny.
And you know who directed it?
Who?
Elizabeth Banks.
She's
such a good actress.
Yeah.
She's in Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Her voice is wild style.
The annoying.
She's also in Pitch Perfect.
The mean person.
No, she's not mean.
No, she is though. She's the emo girl in the Lego movie.
Well, she's emo, but she's not.
She's not mean. Yeah.
I know what you mean. She's also in Pitch Perfect. The one who's like commentating with the guy on like everything.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite Lego movie is the Batman. The Batman movies.
Really?
I love the Lego
I like
Batman.
the first one. I mean, both are good, but I think the first one was the best.
Fun fact. I had my first make out in a cinema while watching the Lego Batman. I got lucky.
That it sounds like a good memory.
I know that is a good memory. That's why I like that movie.
Can I ask you a question?
Tell me.
What are the snacks you order when you go to a movie theater?
Okay. I don't like loud snacks because it really fucks with my hearing and I can't hear that. So nachos, I love nachos, but I wouldn't do it. Yeah. I'm huge in popcorn.
Good.
I love popcorn.
What type of popcorn?
Okay, butter.
Good.
Butter. Can do caramel because caramel's too sweet and I don't like how it mixes. So I do that and I do a slush. I love slushes. You know, slushies, yeah, slushies. Yeah,
I don't like the slushies in Dubai, but in America, the ices. Yeah. Sometimes they have ices here. Like sometimes in real cinemas in Spring Souk, they have ices.
Yeah.
I don't see them in like Vox cinemas here.
Not anymore. Not as much. You're right.
They have slushy, but not icy. I see that brand of like the red and the blue combined.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious.
Over here, they just turn into water like 20 minutes. And it's just it's bland. You're not having a good Coke and you're not having a good
And the nice thing in America is that a lot of the slushy machines and the soda machines are not behind the cash register. They're like, you fill it yourself, which is the best thing ever. Because I will always like
your own thing.
Like go refill it, you know?
Oh, you can refill it?
You can refill as much as you want. So I just read
Americans.
And you know what the best thing to do if you're in America, do cherry and blue or do cherry and Coke icy. That's delicious.
Yeah, I'm down there soon, so I'll keep that in mind.
You're going to Boston, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
Can that be announced? Is that
can? Yeah, I'm heading down to Boston. I'm excited for it. I think I'd be able to appreciate cinema a lot more over there because there's more people that kind of keep in touch with what's happening in Hollywood. I am moving to Boston next month. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Can we say what school you're going to?
Not
yet.
Yeah, no, it's confirmed. Yeah,
okay,
it's confirmed. Yeah, I'm going to the University of Massachusetts. Really excited.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to get out of Dubai for a while. Dubai is my home. I think we both grew up here.
Yeah,
we love it here, but eventually it does get to you, and you've got to experience life on your own sometimes as well. So I'm excited for that. What is
your major going to be?
I'm studying economics.
Yeah.
I studied economics ever since I left school. For the first time I picked a safer option. So I'm doing an MBA now.
Yeah.
But right after an MBA I'm doing another master's for economics. So I've got ways to go with my education. But the good thing is I started off my career, my work life quite early on. That's why I knew so much about marketing and all the TikTok trends and everything. I swear I'm not on there 24/7. It's just my job. I do need to keep up with what's going on in the market. But yeah, it's very exciting stuff.
Have you been to Boston before?
I haven't. The last time I was in the States was 2009. 2009. And I just was there for 2 weeks. I was in Chicago. That's about it. I wasn't there for that long. Yeah. So I think a lot's changed. I haven't been to Boston. I'm really excited for it. And you should definitely come down. I'm gonna get my place there. And you've got to come down. I'm excited to explore the city. Yeah.
I go to New York as often as possible because I love Broadway. So I'm going to be, next time I'm there, I'm taking the bus up to Boston, which I've done before.
I'm planning to go see the big tree light up for Christmas.
Ooh.
I really want to. I've always seen it on TV, but
you mean in New York?
In New York, because Boston, New York's pretty close by.
A 3-hour bus. 30 Rockefeller Center is what you mean.
Exactly. I really want to see that.
Well, when you go, tell me when you're going, and I will find a good ticket for you for the Book of Mormon, which is my favorite
Broadway, right? Yeah, musical. Broadway musical. Yeah, it's the one. I've never seen a musical.
If I
saw Barney,
that's not a musical. If I had all the money in the world, I would want to do a movie of the Book of Mormon.
Right,
that is my favorite musical.
Yeah.
So you got to see it. It's so funny. It's R-rated comedy.
I love.
It's what we were talking about. Okay. Like it's the funniest shit ever.
I'd be so. And
it's so offensive.
I'd be so down. I feel like we have a similar sort of taste when it comes to comedy. So I trust you with that.
It's creators of South Park.
Oh, I love South Park.
And then one of the songwriters of Frozen partnered with them to make the songs with them.
How does that? Okay, if it works, it works.
No, he's a funny guy, Matthew Lopez. Bobby Lopez, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Bobby Lopez. Yeah. What are some of your favorite movie theater experiences? just like a specific memory, view with either your friends or your family in the theater. What are the best experiences you've had?
I know that you're gonna disagree with this one, because I spoke to you about it, but it was Batman versus Superman.
Sure, that's fine. That's
in 5D.
I never saw it
in 5DX.
5D. Oh, 5D. Oh, that's a part of me. I disagree with
you. Yeah, exactly. I got you there.
No, man. If you had a good time with the movies, I'm never.
It was my first time in 5DX. I mean,
it was 4DX. You're talking about?
If it was the one where you move and
that's
shit.
4DX.
That's 4D.
I watched a movie in 4DX once. I watched.
What's 5D then?
There's no 5.
Doesn't exist.
I don't think so. No.
It's like Smell. Is Smell one of them?
I've never heard.
I think it smells in 4. No. Because there was a lot of weird smells in that.
Smells in 4.
Yeah, it smells in 4.
I saw Need for Speed in there, and it's a fun experience.
Yeah.
4DX, like I don't think you need it, but if you're enjoying it, then by all means.
Yeah, no, it was one of my first times. I loved it. That was a really special time. Lego Batman, like I said, first time I ever.
Well, I think that's a little,
that's Chris. Yeah,
that
had nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah,
nothing to do. It was just the environment of the cinema.
Yeah. Okay. Before we go, what can you provide to clients for everything that you do work-wise?
Right. I think it is a time where I get to plug myself just a little bit. Yeah. Well, like I said, I do influencer marketing. I basically connect celebrities and influencers, actors to brands, and we market products and services together. We create content for you, which in this day and age, we were just having this conversation, creating content that captivates the audience is really important. And the best way is if you use a familiar face. So that's what I do. I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and it's going great so far. So if anyone wants to hit me up, well, I hope you do. It's on my Instagram. You can contact me on Farhan Hussain .9, and that's it. That's my plug.
Yes, and all of the links to your social media are going to be in the description.
That is perfect.
Everyone can check you out there.
I'm so excited for this. I think it's been great speaking to you today, Zach. Yeah. It's always so much fun when we catch up, and especially talking about movies. Just as a normal person, it's nice because Zack's super into the movies, and then when he speaks to me as a dumbass, right? That's sort of bad. We match out somewhere and we plateau and we have such a good time. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, man. And you're not a dumbass. You have very, very
decent amount, I'd say. Yeah.
Very thoughtful movie fan.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for being the first in-person guest.
This was great. This was great. We should do this again.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
All right.
Alrighty. Thank you for listening, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.